Here we go. I almost didn't go to the reunion. 10 years after graduation, and somehow I was still Quiet Chris. The skinny kid who wore the same two hoodies. The one teachers liked, but nobody invited anywhere. The guy everyone assumed would end up comfortable at best. Back then I was background noise. So when the reunion invite popped up, location, rooftop lounge at the newly renovated Grand Monarch Hotel, I laughed. Loud. Because I actually owned 40% of the company that renovated it. But nobody knew that, and I didn't correct them. I showed up in a simple black suit, clean, tailored, no flashy logos, no designer name screaming across my chest, just a watch, understated, steel, elegant, the kind you only recognize if you know what it costs. The moment I walked in, I felt it. The scan, the subtle smirks. Oh, wow, Chris. You made it. Still in IT? You always were so low-key. Low-key. Translation, we assumed you stayed average. Jessica, former cheer captain, current self-proclaimed entrepreneur, air-kissed near my cheek without touching me. So what do you do now? She asked, tilting her head like she already expected the answer to be disappointing. I work in infrastructure, I said. Not a lie, just not the whole truth. Across the room, Darren, high school golden boy, varsity everything, laughed loudly while telling someone about his import business. He caught my eye and walked over. Bro, you still gaming in your mom's basement? Everyone chuckled. I smiled. Something like that. Here's the thing about money. Real money doesn't argue. It waits. As the night went on, the flexing started. Leased BMW keys tossed on tables, designer bags placed strategically on chairs, loud conversations about six-figure months and networking with CEOs. I let them talk. Then the manager of the hotel walked in and walked straight toward me. Mr. Carter, he said warmly, we weren't expecting you tonight. Everything is to your satisfaction, I hope. The air changed. You could actually feel it. Jessica blinked. Wait, you know him? The manager smiled. Of course, without Mr. Carter's firm, this building wouldn't exist. Silence. Darren laughed awkwardly. Wait, like, you worked on this place? I took a sip of my drink. My company funded and rebuilt it. We specialize in urban redevelopment, mostly commercial properties. Someone dropped a glass. I watched the math happen behind their eyes. Infrastructure, urban redevelopment, commercial properties, not IT support, not basement gaming. One guy actually pulled out his phone and Googled my company. I saw his face drain of color when he saw the valuation. Jessica's voice softened instantly. Oh my God. Chris, why didn't you tell anyone? I shrugged. Nobody asked. That's when it got interesting. Darren leaned in. So you must be doing pretty well then, huh? I didn't answer directly. Instead, I nodded toward the skyline. See that high-rise with the blue lights? We just closed on that. And the mall off Kingston Road? Acquired it last quarter. Someone whispered, he's loaded. Suddenly the energy flipped. The same people who barely acknowledged me were now circling like moths to a flame. So we should grab coffee sometime. I've got a startup idea you'd love. Actually, I'm looking to invest. Jessica touched my arm. You always were smart. I guess we just didn't realize how driven you were. Didn't realize. That was the theme of the night. They didn't realize I left town at 19 with $3,000 and a laptop. They didn't realize I slept in my car for 3 months. They didn't realize I built software that optimized logistics for construction companies. Then used the profits to start buying properties no one wanted. They only saw what fit their old narrative. Quiet equals small, humble equals broke, invisible equals irrelevant. Around 11 p.m., Darren pulled me aside. Hey man, listen, I've been meaning to get into real estate. Maybe we could partner on something? There it was. Not congratulations. Opportunity. I looked at him, really looked at him, and remembered sophomore year when he told me in front of everyone that I'd never run anything bigger than a Discord server. Funny how life works. I'm very selective about partnerships, I said calmly. Character matters more than capital. He nodded quickly. Yeah, of course, bro. But he knew. We both knew. By midnight, the reunion had transformed into something else entirely. The same people who walked in towering over me were now careful, polite, measured, almost nervous. Regret has a very specific look. It's the tight smile, the forced laugh, the sudden rewriting of history. Chris was always destined for big things. We knew he'd make it. No, you didn't, and that was the sweetest part. As I was leaving, Jessica jogged after me. Are you heading out already? Yeah, early flight tomorrow. She hesitated. We should catch up. Properly. Dinner or something. I held her gaze just long enough. Sure, I said. Have your assistant email mine. Her face flickered. Assistant? I stepped into the waiting black car, not rented, not borrowed, mine. The driver shut the door, and as we pulled away, I watched them through the glass, clustered together, whispering, phones out, Googling, recalculating their entire perception of me. And here's the truth no one likes to admit. The best revenge isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It doesn't scream. It's success so undeniable that it forces everyone who underestimated you to sit with their own smallness. I didn't need to embarrass them. Reality did that for me. By the time the reunion ended, I wasn't quiet Chris anymore. I was the one that got away, and they all knew it.